252.
Hey, welcome to another episode of 252. Frank G here along with
Johnny Blaze.
Cool Water Kurt.
Ralphie D.
Today we're going to dig into something we should have taken a look at a long time ago. Yo MTV Raps. Who's got the first impression? What was your first first view of Yo MTV Raps?
Well, I would say for me, I've said this before, back in the day when I grew up, I didn't have cable. So I would have to go over to like my friend's house to watch Yo MTV Raps. So I wasn't watching it daily. It was only when we were over, and it was actually like my buddy Mango. I'd go over to his house, and it was his sister that was watching it.
That's
so
right.
when we went over there, if we wanted to, we were trying to watch like cartoons and stuff. It was like, no, I'm watching my videos, and we would have to sit through it. And
we wanted to watch Bugs Bunny, and we were forced to sit
I want to watch Bugs Bunny, G.I. Joe.
I'm saying
That's what I wanted to do. We came over there, like I said, I had 3 channels, so I was like, hey, if we're going over here, I want to watch some stuff. So we were forced to watch Yo MTV Raps. But what happened was I ended up becoming a fan.
I tell you what, my man AM at Comics Most Wanted.
Yeah, there it is. Get it in early.
I used to go over to his house. Every time it was on, we'd watch it, we taped it. We passed those tapes around, I believe, to you too, Frank.
Yeah, I had
for sure.
copies.
No, that was at the time.
And then I passed those around. We all had. There's probably about six-hour reels going around for a while.
Right. The professor definitely made a bunch of recordings. And I remember the first time I saw the Kid and Play video of Getting Funky was over at the professor's house. I was like, what is this duo? The guy with the Frankenstein haircut and the guy with the poodle.
And I would say that you were greatly influenced by that.
Little did I know that I would have been.
You ended up wearing your hair like that, and people forever in this town knew you as Kid and Play. Yeah. And Ralphie would always get mad. He's like, no, just Kid.
Yeah, I can't be
two people. People like
it's Kid and Play if he was with you. That's how it worked.
Yeah, that's true. We'd walk through the mall and people would say, hey, it's Kid and Play.
Hey, and I remember right now, and I'm just saying this only because of a special guest. But there was one time when Dre's father, when he was like, hey, it's MC Hammer. And he started doing the hammer dance.
Right, I remember that. This was at church.
Yeah, he was like, hey, you look like MC Hammer. And he started doing the hammer dance.
To me, the kid with the high top fade. He said, I look like Hammer.
He was like, that's not Hammer. But he knew it was a rap guy.
He knew it was a rap guy.
And I gave him credit
for doing the hammer dance.
For one, doing the hammer dance. And two, at least knowing that it was a rap guy. He saw something. Yeah. And it was probably Yo MTV Raps.
I'm thinking it was. And he did the hammer dance better than I ever could. So, forever impressed.
But going back to it, I remember with the host, first host was
Fat Five Freddy.
And
then it was Dre and Ed Lover.
I think that's when I was really watching it.
Yeah.
When it was Dr. Dre and Ed Lover.
No disrespect to Fat Five Freddy, but whenever there was an Ed Lover and Dr. Dre show, you knew that there was going to be some shenanigans on.
It was very
Ed Lover dance.
Ed Lover dance.
They had 2 separate things going on. This show was only on once, and then it was on like 3 times a year before it decided to become a weekly daily.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, but they were on Hot 97 at that time. I think they were the morning show on Hot 97 at that time.
And Dr. Dre of the show came from Original Concepts, the rap group, which was very confusing.
Remember Who's the Man?
Do I?
Dr. Dre and Ed Lover's movie.
Yeah.
It was not good.
It was horrible.
Well, I'm blown away by NWA, and that was the only place you could watch it. Eazy-E, NWA. They had all the bands that just would not work on mainstream.
Oh, yeah.
And you could watch on your MTV Raps.
That was
the show.
Probably the best thing that they ever did because, as we talked about in an earlier episode, they weren't playing, black videos on MTV.
Right.
I think they had kind of broke through, of course, your Princes, your Michael Jacksons, and your Orange Juice Joneses.
Another deep pull that we had doing research for Yo MTV Raps that we had found out that before Yo MTV Raps actually aired here in the States, that the year prior to it, it was in MTV Europe.
Yeah, I did not know that before.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, love it. Love knowing that because I mean Europe, they get everything before we get it.
Well, I think it's also like what Frank was talking about before. It was kind of a niche thing for the American market, and I think at that time, a lot of program directors or studio execs, or however you want to look at it, they didn't know if rap was going to be a fad, if it was sticking around. I mean, it kind of started out in the '70s. It didn't really have a name. It was kind of more of a movement.
The hippity hoppity thing.
It's the hippity hoppity music. The hippity hoppity music. And then in the 80s, we had, you know, it was a definite seem like it was sticking around in the 80s. And then you had your groups like Two Live Crew and NWA. Then Two Live Crew really spearheaded the whole parent advisory thing. So then people were kind of like, hey, wait, they're talking some crazy stuff.
And not to mention Public Enemy. Nobody played Public Enemy. Yo MTV Raps. I ever saw 100%. Yeah, I'd never hear them on the radio.
Nope.
Never, nothing. Turn on Yo MTV Raps. They had Rebel Without a Pause. All their videos on there.
Yeah,
I think you remember me and AM. We were big fans of Public Enemy.
Oh, for sure. Frank, do you ever remember any of the stations? Because the stations.
You know how hard it was to get a Public Enemy T-shirt back. I remember in like junior high, if you had a Public Enemy T-shirt on, it's like, where did you get that?
They used to get it from a concert.
Yeah, because it was like you couldn't get it at Kmart or anywhere, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was looking. I remember.
I wish I would have gotten a Public Enemy T-shirt when I went to see them live.
Never had one. Never had one. And I just remember that was like the thing to get. And then also with the NWA, the album cover when everybody's looking down.
Oh yeah,
that view.
Their second album, not their first, as the movie tries to portray.
Okay,
there was an NWA album before that. And it was not as
NWA and the Posse.
Yeah, that was a compilation though. It was two singles put together, so it wasn't really an album. So that's why they but. That was their first actual complete album, which is why there's so much overlap between them.
Posse. That's right. They had a
redid
CIA
the tracks on the Eazy-E album, but not that one. Rendezvous sucks.
Well, that's true. CIA had an album before the NWA and the Posse album, right? And
that's where, they had a single. It was the same. It was the EP of the My Posse and
All I know is only the coolest of the cool kids had that T-shirt. Oh, yeah. Everybody else wanted it.
That goes with the MTV Raps, and a lot of those labels could only afford to release a single or a 12-inch with one or two songs at a time because they had to take the money from the studio, press the records, you know, get paid, then paid off the studio, then make the records, make some more. You know, it kept having to feed the circle.
Right.
They didn't have enough money to go in and drop 12 songs and then put them all out at once.
Unless you sell drugs.
Well, sure. You know. And even then, if you believe most of the movie NWA, they didn't have enough money to go do it all in one chunk. They still did it over time, you know, and built it up, and then finally said, okay, now we have enough to push this out here. But they did skip over the fact that they pushed out an entire album worth of stuff from all the acts put together. That's where DOC came from. He was in Feel It Fresh crew, was on NWA and the Posse.
The Feel It Fresh.
Doc and Fresh K.
Getting Funky. I saw that video on Yo MTV Raps.
Yeah, that was a good video. Good song.
Yeah. And there was always that thing about the DOC. It was like he didn't swear.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where, you know, being a part of that group and that world and everything like that.
Yeah, he's like the only one.
Public Enemy.
No, I'm just talking about that LA sound.
Oh yeah.
And you know, everybody coming out of Compton and whatnot, even though he came from
Texas, didn't he?
Yeah.
But anywho, back to Yo MTV Raps. They taught me so much. They taught me that I should wear a condom. Didn't listen. They taught me that I should vote. Didn't listen. And they taught me about censorship, which I did listen about. I did listen to that. And they also had a song called Down with MTV to the beat of Get Down with OPP.
I do not remember that.
Get Down with MTV.
Yeah, you know me.
There you go. There you go.
I do not remember that one.
Oh, come on. You got to remember that.
You down with MTV? Yeah, I don't remember that.
Do you remember the Pepsi to Yo MTV Raps Coke?
Are you talking the basement?
No, but you're pretty close. Rap City.
Rap City came first before the basement, right?
Yeah.
Rap City. Rap City.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. But see, now if it wasn't for Yo MTV Raps, you wouldn't get Rap City. You wouldn't get the basement. You wouldn't get Direct Effects. All of these other shows.
Video Music Box.
You wouldn't get the California Music Channel.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Chewy Gomez on CMC.
CMC.
If you didn't have MTV and you're for your local cable provider, you can watch CMC. Chewy Gomez.
What was it, 36?
Rapping Forte videos all day.
Maybe a couple of Too
RBL Posse, Too Short.
Yeah.
E40, man, that was some homegrown Bay Area.
Chewy.
You would just watch that and be like, this is what Chewy Gomez looks like.
Yeah, I know. I was really surprised. He looks like somebody I know.
Yeah, he looks like a regular dude. But yeah.
The only time I ever got to watch it was when I went to my friend's house.
Yeah.
We had an antenna. and MTV was not antenna friendly.
No, it was not.
Yeah, I had a free summer of cable when I lived with moms back in the day, and then after that, we did not have it. So I was either over. I was over at Pat's.
We had a love-hate relationship with cable.
I know.
I come to find out later on in life, it was, hey, if mom had it, we had cable. Mom didn't have the money, she wasn't tripping. We didn't have cable.
Yeah.
We had the box. We had all cable boxes. We had the one with the dial.
Yeah.
We had the one with the slide.
Did you have the one with the A-B click?
The A-B click button? Yes, we had that.
Yeah.
We had all of the cable boxes, not necessarily they all worked.
You know what cable box I hated? Frank, was this a cable box of one that was like beige? It was beige.
Beige with the letter, with the light behind it and the letters and the little slide thing.
Yeah.
You want to turn. We had that. We had that. Box. It was on channel 2. 2 was down here. You went to channel 36. You got to slide it all the way over.
I just remember when on windy days when the antenna would move and I'd have to run outside. My dad would send me out there. He's yelling out the window.
No, keep pushing it.
Is it clear, Dad?
So you can go.
Dad, I think I see lightning. Shut up! Stay out there.
That signal's really good. Don't move.
Yeah, that was before remote controls. My dad would go like this. I mean, I'd get up and turn the channel.
Yeah, and your middle name was remote control.
Turn it back. That was a remote control. That was the original remote control. You had your kids go up and turn the channel for
I
us.
know.
Yeah, that's still. Hey, go good. Now I just want them to go get me food out of the refrigerator.
That's why you had kids.
That's why I had kids.
Yeah. We called them lackeys in my house. Lackey! Go get that up here. And it better be the right one.
So who would you say was the first real star to come off of Yo MTV?
Out of the hosts? Or
I'm talking about just that performer who was on continually. I mean, I don't even know myself who the first real star of Yo MTV Raps was, but I know definitely Method Man from Wu-Tang Clan was on a lot of episodes, and he always was, you know, I mean, he was like,
bringing it.
That was
man. Yes. This is towards the end of their, because I want to say it was developed by Ted Demme, and when he passed, then everything kind of fell off the wheels, unless I'm remembering this.
You could be right. I don't know. There's no way to.
Oh, if there was only one way, I could find out my facts from what I remember.
But I mean, it was awesome though, because we all, whenever there was a guest like DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, or you know, shenanigans with the Beastie Boys or something like that, or even when Run DMC hosted the pilot episode, you always knew that, you know, it just felt good.
Anyway, I wasn't KRS-One.
Those were all acts that we were familiar with before before the show came along, we're like, wow, this show is bringing us these people that we haven't seen the videos for. I would say the first one that was not famous until that show came around and beat us over the head with their videos was probably De La Soul, somewhere right around there.
Oh,
89.
yeah.
That's good.
Potholes in my ball.
Yeah.
That and Me, Myself,
Is it
and
just
I.
my day not closer? Is it? It's just me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was definitely a good one.
You know what? When I was watching the evolution of hip hop, that ended up what they were saying, like that was their biggest record and that was their throwaway. They wanted nothing to do with that. They had to do something that was catchy. They had all these other cuts that was their real music. So they do this song. It's a complete throwaway. Nobody wanted. They were like, "Here, this is what you want. Take this." Song blows up. 1 million copies
That's how it
sold.
always works,
And they're like, "We have to perform this goddamn song."
And we won the goddamn
Yeah, we won the goddamn
Milli Vanilli.
That's good stuff.
No, another thing I didn't know before today was that Eric B. and Rakim was the first video on
which one?
First video shown on Yo MTV Raps.
Microphone.
No, it was Follow the Leader, but I remember Microphone.
Yeah,
that was a song. I had never heard of Eric B. and Rakim, and that song, that was yes.
I still remember the tape that Frank made me of what was the first album? Eric B. for President.
Paid in Full.
Paid in Full. Thank you. Jesus, I'm tripping. But that album from beginning to end is awesome. We got to have an Eric B. and Rakim retrospective. All right, let's put that on the back burner.
Like Ice-T, he was doing this interview, and he's had quite the career. You know, I don't want to go off because, like I said, there's a whole laundry list of
do a whole Ice-T show
artists.
for sure. He's got plenty to cover.
So much. So I'll just say he did so many firsts. You know, like he was really like the first like rapper turned actor. And he's been on a series right now where
19 years.
19 years.
He's been playing a cop.
He's been playing a cop, and this is the guy who made $1 million off of a song called "Cop Killer." Yes, he probably made a lot more than that. Well, you know, the record company probably took a nice chunk.
He's like recognized as the first gangster rapper. I mean, he was the first one to really come out with. I mean, Schoolie D was kind of talking some street stuff before.
Yeah,
but Ice-T was the first one describing it detailed. Like, this was my whole rotten day. 6 in the morning.
Oh God!
And that's what I'm saying. Like I said, we can go way deep down the rabbit hole on this, but when you just said that, with High Rollers made that song, it's just like another feather in Ice-T's cap. And the fact that he's still relevant today.
I'm saying,
he's still
in regular commercials.
Because Body Count just dropped out like another album, like over the summer or something like that, and they're touring.
Yeah, not 12.
Which is crazy that
he's 60 years old.
I'm saying he's got to be in his mid 50s now.
Yeah, he just had a kid.
Tracy's old. He's an old man, and he's still relevant.
Yeah, I'm saying he's got more Twitter followers than me.
Well, I have none. You have nothing.
I have 0.
All right. Actually, Ice-T's Twitter is highly recommended. He's very entertaining.
I know.
Because he's Ice-T 100% of the time. He never turns off the character.
Saying Ice-T, unsweetened. With that,
I like that commercial when they were like, Ice-T, lemonade, because they had a light. And it was like Ice-T, and it's like everybody knows who Ice-T is.
I'm saying
he's like lemonade. Read the sign. It's lemonade.
Who has had the most gangster career and just been a family name more? Snoop or Ice-T?
Ice-T.
Snoop is chilling with Martha Stewart though.
But
he's a household name. The people that like Martha Stewart.
Ice-T.
Martha Stewart smokes weed.
Ice-T, like you said, he's been on SVU. He's been playing the same character for 19 years.
So is Snoop Dogg.
No, Snoop man been all over. Snoop been doing all kind of things.
Joker's wild.
And Ice has been doing it longer. Like 10 years longer.
Yeah, that's true. He was rapping longer, but I mean...
Acting longer. staying relevant longer. More movies. Remember Trespass? Ricochet.
Yes, I remember all those.
What was the one where he was getting hunted?
The most dangerous game.
Dangerous
game.
Something like that. New Jack City.
Yeah.
New Jack City.
Hey, he was in Break It.
He was in Break It.
Yeah.
This is now completely turning it into the Ice-T show.
Going back,
please.
Let's Yo MTV Raps. What's an artist that you saw on Yo MTV Raps and disappeared when that show ended? I think what made me ask this question, I think of Big Daddy Kane. He was so big during that show, and I watched all his videos. Yeah. As soon as it went off the air, I don't even know where he is.
I think he did that movie Posse, and that's what killed his career.
I think Playboy helped his career. Playgirl helped his career. Sorry,
he was in Playgirl.
Yeah,
I just know that.
Don't ask me how
I'm not surprised you know that.
Don't ask me how I know.
All I know is Puffy was one of Big Daddy Kane's backup dancers.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and he blew up.
Yeah.
Who, Puffy?
Yeah, Puffy, man. You know who he is. Take that. But yeah, I would have to say sometimes it's a weird thing because you look at other guys and it's like Shabba Ranks, you know.
Well, he's reggae, really.
Well, there was that reggae rap, but there was a time that that's where you saw those videos. It was like Mr. Lover, you know, that was good for a minute.
Why could
Mr. Lover,
Mr. Lover. Wait, that's Shaggy. Isn't that Shaggy?
That's
Mr.
Shaggy.
Lover. You call me Mr. Bombastic, kind of fantastic. Isn't that Shaggy?
That's
Mr.
right.
Boom, boom.
Shabba.
And Shaggy, I just saw him on something recently too.
Oh, yeah?
Some movie I was watching.
All right. Before we devolve into a heaping pile, we want to say thank you, Yo MTV Raps, for making our childhood even better than what it was. I'm Ralphie D, and that's what I'm saying.
Well, I give a shout out to my man AM, Comics Most Wanted. Like him, subscribe him, follow him.
And for Frank G, Johnny Blaze, and Ralphie D, I'm Coolwater Kurt saying, always remember, if we're going to live together, we're going to have to be able to play together. The more colors, the more better. Peace and love must rule each and every time. Love knows no boundaries, and bullets have no names. That's it. I almost forgot. Always remember.
Donis, pull yourself together.